Hello, my name is Richard Proctor and I'm the rector here at Christ the King Episcopal Church. And we are celebrating our 20th anniversary of moving from St. Doublewide along Highway 98 to our beautiful church in the Wildwood here along County Highway 393. So please join me as we take a look at our history and all of the people who have helped build this special place. When Christ the King Episcopal Church was recognized as a mission station on Easter Sunday, March 30th, 1986, we became the first new Episcopal church to be organized in Walton County in 100 years. The new congregation grew quickly and a double-wide modular structure was built and placed on a tract of land on Highway 98. We are so blessed here at Christ the King to have a number of people who were at Christ the King from the very beginning and in the days of St. Doublewide, who are what we call our institutional memory.
It was little.
It was little.
It was little.
A little.
Very small.
And we still have the cross. The cross that was in front of St. Doublewide is in our driveway.
But I remember when we used to have coffee hour in the Doublewide.
Yeah.
You would go back in the corner and there was this little bitty kitchen and everybody was kind of hanging out, drinking coffee and
In the
stuff.
hallway.
Yeah.
From whence we came.
Upon our formal recognition as a mission station, the Reverend Jack McLeister became our first vicar. When Father McLeister retired in 1990, the vestry called the Reverend Carl Bright as vicar.
I thought it was so neat when we first came to the church and watched Carl as he would be playing along with the music, and then you'd see him get back up and start doing the service, and then he'd come back down and play that little organ. It wasn't even a real organ, it was
No, it
just
wasn't.
like one of those parts of a type chord.
Carl's wife, and she was on the altar guild. She did flowers. She cooked. She sang. She had dinner parties.
Wonderful dinner parties.
Yeah, she was, and she was always even.
Gracious.
Her temperament. She was always. She just didn't get ruffled.
She never got ruffled.
No. She was just a wonderful lady.
On February 6th, 1998, our status as an organized mission was formally changed to parish status. A gift of land was given to the congregation, and our current church was built.
To avoid traffic on 331, I came down 393 and saw this sign on a piece of property. So I called about it. The purchase price was $150,000 for 15 acres.
Wow. Serious.
As you walk about our campus, you will see some beautiful mosaics and art. And 3 of those mosaics were handmade by Parishioners Sherry McCall, and they add to the beauty and the serenity and the holiness of this place. So
Sherry did this years ago as a gift to church. It's beautiful. She does gorgeous stonework. And the fountain was donated by Jeannie Allen, who was head of the Flower Guild for many, many years.
So this plaque here says, this nave constructed under the supervision of Bob Dean. So what that brings to my mind is, who was supervising Bob?
Good question.
And then here's our columbarium. And so this was a later addition, right?
It was.
Okay. And John Thompson and Barbara Castor were the 2 co-chairs?
I think so.
Okay. So here's our playground, and it has been well worn and well used in the years since, both by our children on Sundays at Sunday school and afterwards, and now by our parish day school. So much of what's special about our place here at Christ the King, whether you're walking outside and you see handmade mosaics by Sherry McCall. Or when you go inside the church, we have the altar and the credence table, all of which were handmade by parishioner Daryl Smith.
When it was mentioned that we were going to have a new church, having been in St. Doublewide, I was excited, and I went to see Carl and said, I'd like to do some of the furniture, like the altar and the podium, and so they agreed to that, and I got home and I said, what have I done?
So one thing that is unique about Christ the King is if you enter our worship space, you're likely to look up and see a mobile hanging over the altar, and from that either doves or stars. And that was an idea brought to us by Charlene Lilly and Adele Armitage. They'd seen it in another church and wanted to bring that idea here. And so John Thompson was who they asked to make that a possibility. And so thanks to Charlene and Adele and John, we now have those beautiful doves and stars hanging in our sanctuary. Another thing that's unique about our church is when it was built, Carl Bright, being a musician, wanted to be sure first and foremost that it would be a space that was perfect for concerts, for singers, for music to sound good.
Carl felt very strongly about the organ, didn't he? I remember that.
Yes.
Being a musician himself.
Right. And the acoustics.
The acoustics.
Right. And he wanted it to have really good acoustics so that the church could be used by the community for musical events.
Mm-hmm. Which it is.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
The quality of music. Mm-hmm. I mean, we have someone who is a world-renowned composer at that organ, and bringing in talent that we would never know. In a church of the size that we have the quality of a church of 10,000.
And to be the group of people who heard the first sound in that building. The first, we were going to sing Hallelujah, and so we sang 3 of them, and everybody stopped and went, ha! So it was really, that's one of my greatest memories.
And a lot of focus or attention is on our church building and the beauty of it and the sacred music and worship and prayers that happen there, but I think a lot of our sacred time happens here in this space as well.
But the parish hall is kind of like a giant living room. It's not really a parish hall.
I agree. It feels like a living room.
It feels like a giant living room. The little lamps. Yeah. It's warm and welcome.
Well, that was Reese's touch.
Yes.
He was the designer who helped us with all of the decisions, what color the church is, what
And
color
it's
the
fabulous.
Father Bright retired after 13 years on December 26, 2003. The Reverend Frank Cooper was called from Johnson City, Tennessee by the vestry in 2004, and he served for 10 years until his retirement in 2014.
And he was always just so humble, but then he would speak this knowledge that was just unbelievable. But I think it was more than that. It was his humbleness and his ability to not put people down, but to lift them up.
Our largest mission of the parish is our Episcopal Day School, the Treehouse Episcopal Montessori School. It was started in 2010 as a way of reaching out to the community and providing early childhood education in a Christian setting and a Montessori environment that is affordable and welcome for all. And our members are excited about the Treehouse Episcopal Montessori School and all of the young families and children that are a part of our church family.
The school.
Yeah.
The school, yes. And then I think that larger number of young families.
I think so too, Steve.
Yeah. There's more diversity.
Yeah.
Yes, it used to be, that.
You look out and you see a sea of white hair.
Yes.
And now you see all the different colors. And
There's more like little clouds out there now, like white clouds.
Right, right. But now you have, the children and young families. And
During the service, it's nice to have these little noises.
Oh, yeah.
Every
Dip
now
on
and
that.
then.
Yeah.
Yes.
and the story stick, they run off
That's
the
true,
and they
yeah.
sit there on the
That's very
altar.
stick.
Uh-huh.
And
Those are the
they-
kids that come down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's wonderful to have the young
I
families.
remember
and young
I asked
children.
Father Frank, now don't you want to do something about the crying babies and so on? He said, no, I love a crying baby. I love to have that in the service.
We are also proud to be a part of many ministries, both locally and internationally, here at Christ the King. At the local level, we have been longtime partners with Caring and Sharing of South Walton, the Children's Advocacy Center, and Children in Crisis. Holidays are a special time here at Christ the King, and we share the love of Christ with others during the holiday season with our ministries of the Angel Tree and the Easter Tree. We also have a history of being nurtured and fed by ministries as we are feeding others, including the ministries of Cooper's Kitchen, Freezer Friends, and Food for Thought. Our outreach ministries have extended beyond the walls of Christ the King and into international places such as Zihuatanejo, Mexico, and Haiti. From the beginning, we have enjoyed diversity of people and their talents. We are mindful of the blessings God has bestowed upon us. May God continue to bless this congregation.